Right now, there's no room for error if you want to win £6,000.
Welcome to the quiz show that demands nothing less than perfection. Behind this screen are 4 contestants who'll be hoping their knowledge is flawless because one single mistake could give the game away. This is perfection. Hello and welcome to the quiz show where only perfect play is good enough. Behind me are the contestants. We call them the usual suspects. They're in our isolation room. In a moment, one of them will be randomly selected to join me here and play perfection. They'll then face a series of true or false statements. For example, if I said Prince Philip was born on the island of Corfu, would you say that's true or false? Well, if you'd said true, I can tell you you'd be right. Answering true or false might seem easy, but if the contestant gets a single answer wrong, their opponents, the usual suspects, will be allowed into the game to capitalise on their mistakes. So, you know how the game works. Let's meet the usual suspects.
I'm Kay, I'm a hospice fundraising manager from Burnley in Lancashire, and this is my first game.
Hello, my name's Charisse, I'm a flight attendant, I'm from London, and this is my second game.
Hello, my name is Gary, I'm a project engineer from Marlborough in Devon, and this is my third game.
Hi, I'm Guy, I'm a web producer from South London, and this is my 7th game.
Welcome to all of you and best of luck as we now find out which one of you will be randomly picked to play perfection. Gary, it's you that's been picked. Please come and play perfection. Gary, welcome to the game. You said you're from Marlborough in Devon.
Yeah.
So where's that near then?
It's
Salcombe Way?
Salcombe Way, yeah.
Oh, that's pretty down there.
Yeah. Very,
Beautiful
very,
part of
very
the country.
pretty.
Very lovely. Yeah. Well, look, Gary, it's now you versus the usual suspects. They were your teammates. You all seem to be getting on very well. But now you've got to remember they're your enemies. Their job is to stop you from winning the prize fund because your failure will mean the prize fund will roll over to the next game where one of them could be sitting here playing for a bigger total. Every game on perfection is worth £1,000. Nobody's won the past 5 games, so the current prize fund stands at £6,000. That's a lot of money. So if you win it, what are you going to spend it on?
My wife's never been abroad, she's never owned a passport, and she's had a lifelong morbid dread of flying, and her undying love for wildlife makes me want to take her to Kenya on safari.
She's always had a morbid fear of flying, so to treat her, you're going to put her on a plane?
Yeah. Yeah, on her own.
Maybe a cruise. Maybe if you took a cruise down to Africa.
No, she's scared of boats as well.
Blimey. All right, well, look, good for you, good for her. Hopefully, if you do well, here's how the game works. You'll play 3 rounds and then a final. Every round that you achieve perfection will make the final easier for you. However, if your performance is anything less than perfect, the usual suspects will have the chance to step in and steal the round, making the final that much harder. Yeah. More of that to follow later. Usual suspects, we're going to switch you off for now. Cheerio. And away they go. Gary, you can now talk through your answers without giving away any vital knowledge. Each round consists of 4 true or false statements. You'll be answering against the clock. You'll only have 45 seconds. And once you've given your answers, they'll be locked in. You ready?
Fine.
Let's play perfection. Your 45 seconds starts now. John Wayne was known as the Thin White Duke.
False, that was Davy Bowie.
False. Lava lamps contain volcanic lava.
False.
False. Stephen Hawking was a rowing cox at Oxford.
True.
True. And finally, The Kiss is a work by the artist Gustav Klimt.
True.
True. Well, with almost half your time still left to go, you've answered all 4 statements. Which one are you worried about?
C, because I couldn't quite remember when Stephen Hawking got his rather debilitating disease.
Well, before we reveal how well you've done, let's see what the usual suspects have to say. So, usual suspects, these were the 4 statements, and next to them are Gary's answers. Kay, has he achieved perfection?
I don't think he's achieved perfection. I know for a fact D's wrong because I'm pretty sure it was Rodin that sculpted the Kiss and not Klimt.
OK. Gary, the moment of truth. You need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many are correct. Congratulations, Gary. That's the way to do it. You've achieved perfection. Let's have a look at those answers. If the statement is true, it will turn green. If it's false, it will turn red. John Wayne was known as the Thin White Duke. True or false? False. Who was the Thin White Duke? You said it?
David Bowie.
David Bowie. And, of course, John Wayne was known as...
The Duke.
The Duke. Lava lamps contain volcanic lava. Is that true or false? We know, of course, that it's false. They don't. Stephen Hawking was a rowing cox at Oxford. You had a good think about this, and your reasoning was very good. It was absolutely true. And The Kiss is a work by the artist Gustav Klimt. It turned out to be true. Interestingly enough, Rodin did do a sculpture called The Kiss, but Klimt did paint a picture called The Kiss. So, well done. What a great start. Bad luck, Usual Suspects. You don't get a look in at all. Gary, as a result of that perfect performance, you've made winning the prize fund a lot easier, and here's how. This is your final board appearing. These 6 blank spaces need to be filled with subject categories. Behind each category will be a true or false statement, and you'll need to answer correctly all 6 to win the prize fund. And here are your final round categories. They range through snooker, sci-fi films, transport, painters, and nursery rhymes, and many in between. Because you won the round, you've earned the right to choose 2 categories to add to the board. If the Usual Suspects had won the round, they would be adding 2 categories of their choice, trying to make your life harder in the final. So, which 2 would you like to play in the final?
History.
History goes across.
Sci-fi film.
And sci-fi films. The Usual Suspects will see you in the next round. In the meantime, we're switching you off. Bye-bye. And away they go. Gary, now the Usual Suspects are gone and they can't hear you, anything you really want to avoid?
It's a long time since I read any nursery rhymes to my kids because they're quite old now, so probably nursery rhymes.
OK. Gary, you've made a great start to the game. In order to control the game and be in charge, you do exactly what you did then. OK, you ready?
Fine.
Let's play round 2. Your 45 seconds starts now. Ronan O'Gara has played rugby union for Ireland.
True.
True. Bruce Willis has acted in a film with Frank Sinatra.
False.
False. The Oaks horse race is run at Newmarket.
No idea. False.
False. And finally, St Peter Port is a town on the island of Jersey.
False.
False. Loads of time left, but you didn't need it. You've answered all 4 statements. Happy with that?
Fairly. Not tremendously happy, but fairly happy.
Fairly happy. Well, before we reveal how well you've done, it's time to bring back the Usual Suspects. So, Usual Suspects, these were the 4 statements, and next to them are Gary's answers. Guy, how's he done this time?
I think he might well have achieved perfection, Nick. I think he's had a good round.
Wow, you think he's not going to let you in again? Charisse?
I'm with Guy. I think he's done perfection again.
A huge vote of confidence again from the Usual Suspects. The moment of truth, you need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many you got correct. Not this time. 3 out of 4 isn't bad, but it's certainly not good enough in this game. You need perfection, and you have failed to achieve it. You let your enemies, the Usual Suspects, into the game. Usual Suspects, can you steal this round? You can see Gary's answers. You need to change just one. But which one?
There's no way Bruce Willis has been in a film with Sinatra.
I don't know, Bruce Willis has been around
He's been
quite
in
a while.
a lot of things.
Is there such a thing as rugby league? I understand that's different, but I don't know whether...
There is rugby league.
But I don't know anything
but
about how
I
it
don't
works
know the
internationally.
difference. I couldn't tell you what the difference is.
Should we change B rather than A?
My temptation is to go with B, but that's just my...
I would like to say B.
In that case, we'll change B, Nick, from false to true.
B from false to true, leaving A, C and D as they were. Usual Suspects, let's find out what the correct answers are. Ronan O'Gara has played rugby union for Ireland. Is that true or false? It is true. He's also captained the British Lions as well. Bruce Willis has acted in a film with Frank Sinatra. This is the key one, really, isn't it? Because this is the one that you've changed. Is it true or false? Yep. It is absolutely true. In the 1980 film, The First Deadly Sin, the Oaks horse race is run at Newmarket. True or false? Yep, it is false. Epsom Downs is where that's run, and you know where this is going now. St Peter Port is a town on the island of Jersey. True or false? False. Congratulations, Usual Suspects. You have achieved perfection. Yes, Gary, you knew where St Peter Port was. Where is it?
Guernsey.
Guernsey, absolutely right. Gary, the usual suspects have succeeded where you failed and they've stolen the round. Usual suspects, you now have the opportunity to make Gary's chances of winning the prize fund much harder. It's £6,000, but you're going to make it harder to win. Let's see the final board. 2 subjects already chosen by Gary. Because you won the round, usual suspects, you've earned the right to choose the next 2 categories to add to the board. What do you think is going to trip him up in the final?
I want to give him nursery rhymes so badly. It's a whole gender thing at that.
I think we should go with it. Like you say, it's a gender thing.
Let's perpetuate some stereotypes and choose nursery rhymes.
Nursery rhymes goes across. Need one more from you?
Quite like cutlery, but it's such a diverse...
I think we should chuck musicals in as well.
Musicals? Yeah.
I'm happy with musicals.
I can see that.
Yeah.
We'll keep cutlery for next time.
Thank you. Musicals goes over too. Congratulations, usual suspects. You won that second round. Time to switch you off, but we'll see you in round 3. And away they go. Gary, with the usual suspects gone, well, nursery rhymes you said you were hoping you weren't going to get. You're going to have to dig back in the memory to when you did used to read the books to your kids. What about musicals, though?
Oh, 2 definite low blows there.
Yeah. All right, well, look, you still have one more chance to achieve perfection and choose your own categories for the final. You ready to play the next round?
I am.
Let's play round 3. 45 seconds starts now. Alex Salmond is the President of Scotland.
False.
False. Ken Loach directed the TV play Abigail's Party.
True.
True. Dormice were a popular snack in ancient Rome.
True.
True. And finally, in American English, a beltway is a ring road.
Never heard the word. I'm going to plump for... Beltway. False.
False. You answered all 4 statements within the time. Well done. That worried you, the last one, didn't it?
Very much so.
Before we reveal how well you've done, it's time for us to bring back the usual suspects. Hello, usual suspects. These are the 4 statements, and next to them are Gary's answers. Charisse, how's he done?
I think I agree with about 3 of them.
Which one don't you like?
D, something's niggling at me about D.
Kay, what do you think?
I'm not too sure about B. I know Abigail's Party was definitely a famous director, but whether it was Ken Loach, I'm just not sure.
Gary, you need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. It's 1-1 so far. You won the first round, they won the second. Let's find out how many you got correct here. Just 2 of the 4 this time. You've now let your enemies, the usual suspects, into the game. Usual suspects, can you steal the round? You can see Gary's answers. You need to change 2 of them. Which 2 do you want to
We
change?
were all in agreement with D, weren't we?
Are we changing that one then?
Yeah, D from false to true, please, Nick.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And one more to change.
Between Abigail's Party and Ancient Rome. Ken Loach doesn't ring true for me for Abigail's Party, although, you know, Ken Loach, very famous director.
I'm leaning to B, to be honest
OK,
with you.
let's try B.
B changes then from true to false. Thank you, leaving A and C as answered by Gary. Usual suspects, let's find out what the correct answers are. Alex Salmond is the President of Scotland. True or false? Absolutely false. He became the first Minister of Scotland in 2007. Ken Loach directed the TV play Abigail's Party. Is that true or false? It is false. It's Mike Lee. Dormice were a popular snack in ancient Rome. True or false? True. They loved their dormice. Very often stuffed with mince and herbs. In American English, a beltway is a ring road. You know where this is going. True or false? Yep, it's true. Congratulations, usual suspects. You have achieved perfection. Yes, the handshake like old lang syne was there again. It seems to be catching on. Oh dear, Gary, the usual suspects have succeeded where you failed, and they've stolen the round. Usual suspects, you now have the opportunity to make Gary's chances of winning the prize fund that little bit harder. Let's see the final board. 4 subjects chosen so far. First 2 by Gary, the next 2 by you, the usual suspects. And because you won the round, you've earned the right to choose the last 2 subject categories to add to the board. Which 2 would you like him to play in the final?
I have a suggestion.
Go on then, Guy.
In the form of US states, based on his limited knowledge of beltways and his aerophobic wife, so he probably won't
Exactly,
have
he's never
been
been, he
there.
won't have been to America, will he?
Go on
Probably a
then,
good-
yeah.
I think it's
US
probably a good
states.
one.
Put it
Yeah.
across.
Thank you. And one last one.
I'm tempted with cutlery.
You've got this thing about cutlery.
I have, but I just think he'll know about the others.
We're going to twist the knife and go with cutlery.
Oh, you're on fire today, aren't you? OK, so cutlery goes across and completes that final board. We now know our 6 final categories. They are history, sci-fi films, nursery rhymes, musicals, US states and cutlery. OK, guys, time to switch you off for the final time. Cheerio. And away they go. Now, £6,000 up for grabs. Your wife will be sitting at home completely conflicted. On the upside, she wants you to win the money. On the downside, if you win, you're sticking her on a plane and she hates flying.
Well, I might have to do a B.A. Baracus on her and drug her, you know.
I don't think... Can I just say, the BBC does not recommend using drugs to get loved ones onto flights in the manner of B.A. Baracus. Listen, Gary, good luck. For £6,000, it's time to play the final. Gary, this is the all-important final. If you can achieve perfection, you could be leaving with a prize fund of £6,000. If you fail, you'll be leaving with nothing, which is great news for the usual suspects, as one of them could be playing for a rollover of £7,000 on the next game. Let's play the final round. Gary, here are your 6 final categories. You must answer all 6 statements correctly if you want to win the £6,000. Think carefully. There's no time limit, but once you've given an answer, your first answer, it'll be locked in. Okay. You ready?
Understand, yeah.
Let's reveal your first statement. Please tell me whether you believe it to be true or false. History. The Neolithic age ended over 100,000 years ago.
Neolithic man, Stone Age man. True.
True. Sci-fi films, the second of the 2 that you chose for yourself. The third Matrix film was subtitled Reloaded.
True.
True. Nursery rhymes. Little Jack Horner ate curds and whey.
True.
True. Musicals. The song Memory is from Cats.
Stumped on this one, but I'll go false.
False. US states. Alaska has the lowest population of any US state.
Alaska probably covers more area than any other state. It hasn't got a great deal of population, but neither has Hawaii. But no, I'll go true.
True.
Yeah, I'll go true.
And finally, cutlery. A spork is a utensil that combines a spoon and a fork.
How can you combine a spoon and a fork? I'm going to go false.
False. Gary, those answers are now locked in. Remember, if there is one single mistake, you leave with nothing. OK, let's bring back the usual suspects and see what they've got to say. Usual suspects, you can now see the final 6 statements, and next to them are Gary's answers. Gary, your answers are now locked in, and you can't change them by yourself. But if you think you've made a mistake, you can unlock the board with the help of the usual suspects. This will, however, come at a cost. Usual suspects, I'm now going to ask you to tell me how well you think Gary's done, if you want to help, and if you do, how much it will cost. Remember, all of you, you can't refer to any of the statements specifically. Gary, who'd you like to hear from first?
I'd like to hear from Guy.
Hi.
How do you think I've done, Guy?
How do you think you've done?
I think it's 50-50. I don't think I've achieved perfection.
I think it's a lot worse than 50-50, mate, to be honest.
Is it really?
Yeah. There's a lot of wrong answers there, I think.
OK.
But I'm not particularly that inclined to help.
Not for any amount of money?
Talk to the others.
Going down the line then, Charisse?
There's one I know the answer to, most definitely. If you were a little bit more confident with the one I know, that we could do something, but with your not being sure, it might be a bit futile me coming down, I'm afraid, so maybe not.
OK.
I know 100% you've got one wrong, and I know 100% you've got one right, but apart from that, I'm just not too sure about the others, and, you know, for that reason, I don't think I'd be able to come down and help you.
OK, let's get to the nitty-gritty here. You actually have a prize fund currently available to you of £6,000. So you've got £6,000 to tempt them with. What do you think? Or you can choose to go out alone. They might be bluffing and you may well have done really well. It's entirely up to you.
Well, again, then the offer is to go 50-50 with the cash.
So he's offering £3,000 to someone to come down and help. Guy?
I'm going to wait for another game, I think.
So Guy's definitely out of it. So, what are you saying,
I'm
Cherise?
afraid, sorry, Gary, I would like to help, but I'm afraid I can't.
Fair enough.
So that's
Fair
2 outs. You just got Kay left. Are you, Kay? Would you come down for £3,000?
I don't think so, Nick, no. There's 3 there that I could probably say with some conviction that I was sure were right, but 3 out of 6 isn't enough to come down for, I don't think.
So it looks like negotiations are over, I'm afraid. Gary, none of the usual suspects are willing to help, so you're on your own.
Fine.
Not necessarily a bad thing. You have to wait and see how the dice fall now. £6,000 at stake. 6 answers away. Let's find out if you've achieved perfection. Remember, if the statement turns green, it's true. If it turns red, it's false. Let's start at the top. Seems a sensible place to start. The Neolithic age ended over 100,000 years ago. You said true. To get you off to a good start, we need that to turn green. Is it true or false? It's false. I'm afraid you're looking really around 10,000 years ago that it began. I'm afraid right at the top there, you failed to achieve perfection, and that means you're not going home with the money. Have you managed to achieve perfection at home? Let's go through the questions and find out. The third Matrix film was subtitled Reloaded. You said that was true. Is it true or false? It's false. And Guy, you're shaking your head. Do you know what it was called?
Revolutions.
Revolutions. There you go. So that's, I'm afraid, 2 wrong. Little Jack Horner ate curds and whey. Is that true or false? It's false. What was Jack Horner eating? Anybody know?
Pudding and pie in the corner.
Yeah, Christmas pudding was supposed to be. So 3 wrong so far. The song Memory is from Cats. Is that true or false? It's actually true. Alaska has the lowest population of any US state. You were worried about this one. Is it true or false? No, I'm afraid it's false. There are 2 others that have a lower population, Vermont and Wyoming. So we're down to a spork is a utensil that combines a spoon and a fork. Let's hope you got this one. Be nice to get one right along the way, wouldn't it? A spork is a utensil that combines a spoon and fork. You thought that was ridiculous, couldn't see how it would work. Is it true or false? Yeah, I'm afraid it's true. It's true. So
Dear.
I think the polite way is to say you just didn't achieve perfection.
Yeah, absolutely.
Usual suspects, great news for you. The prize fund rolls over to the next game where one of you could be playing for a total of £7,000. Look at the smiles up there. They're looking very, very happy with that. Gary, I'm afraid you'll be walking away with no money because you failed to achieve perfection.
No.
Did you enjoy playing the game, though? Because you've had a smile on your face the whole time.
Yeah, and if you're going to fail gloriously.
That's absolutely true. Let's hear it for Gary, everybody. It's now time to meet the next usual suspect hoping to play perfection today. New usual suspect, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Mary Ann. I'm a freelance bookkeeper from Stamford in Lincolnshire.
Best of luck to all of you now as we find out which one of you will be randomly picked to play perfection. Yay! Cherise, it's you. Please come and play perfection. Cherise, welcome to the game.
Thank you.
You'd be pleased to be down here. You seem to be enjoying yourself up there as a usual suspect.
It was nice. No pressure up there.
No, I think I'd like to be up there for a while. Maybe not necessarily as long as Guy has. He's on this programme more than I am.
I like it, yeah.
Cherise, it's now you versus the usual suspects. They were your teammates. You're all very huggy and cuddly up there. But
shaky.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried about that new handshake. But now you've got to remember they are your enemies. Here's the good news. Nobody's won the past 6 games. The prize fund currently stands at £7,000.
A good number. 7's a lucky number.
What would you do with the money?
Well, I've had eczema my whole life, and so my daughter has it now as well. And there's a place in France that kind of bathes you in water from a mountain, and it's a whole treatment programme. It's meant to cure the eczema.
So this is to take your daughter over there and give it a try?
Yeah, and give it a try. I mean, it's worth it.
I really hope you do well. And the £7,000, I hope you do well and we'll take that money away and stop those people up there from having it roll over. Look at their faces.
I know.
3 rounds of the final to come. The usual suspects, we're going to switch you off for now. Cheerio. And away they go. Cherise, you can now talk through your answers without giving away any vital knowledge. You ready?
Yes.
Let's play perfection. Round 1, your 45 seconds starts now. The film Avatar is set on the planet Pandora.
True.
True. In Greek myth, Xena was the queen of the Amazons.
She was a warrior princess. True.
True. The men's world long jump record is over 12 metres.
True.
True. And finally, a Tamagotchi is an electronic pet.
True.
True. Those are time to spare, and you've answered all 4 statements. Did that feel like a good round to you?
It did, actually. It did. I mean, there's one that I was like, ooh. But I think the other 3 I've definitely got right.
Before we reveal how well you've done, it's time for us to bring back the usual suspects. So, usual suspects, these are the 4 statements, and next to them are Charice's answers. Guy, how's she done?
Well, A is true, so she's OK there. In Greek myth, I'm not sure why they'd have a queen of the Amazon. Did they know about the Amazon, or did the Amazons come later? It doesn't quite add up for me, so I changed that.
Yeah, that's a good...
The moment of truth is nigh. You need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many are correct. Halfway, but that's simply not good enough. Perfection's what you needed, and you haven't achieved it. You've let your enemies, the usual suspects, into the game. Usual suspects, can you steal the round? You can see Charice's answers. You need to change 2 of them. Which 2?
OK, what do you think?
Well, Guy seems pretty sure about A, and I'm happy to take his word for it. I'm sure he's seen Avatar. And I know D's correct, so I think we should change B and C.
Mary-Anne?
Yes, B and C. Yeah.
OK, well, B and C it is then, yeah.
B changes from true
Yeah.
to false. C changes from true to false. A and D remain as Charice first answered. Usual suspects. Let's find out what the correct answers are. The film Avatar is set on the planet Pandora. Is it true or false? It's true. In Greek myth, Xena was the queen of the Amazons. True or false? False. Xena, warrior princess, is an entire invention of Hollywood. The men's world long jump record is over 12 metres. True or false? False. 8 metres, 95 centimetres is the record. Finally, and you know where this is going now, a Tamagotchi is an electronic pet. True or false? True. Congratulations, usual suspects. You have achieved perfection. Oh dear, Cherise, they managed to succeed where you failed and they've stolen the round. Usual suspects, you now have the opportunity to make Charice's chances of winning the prize fund that much harder in the final, and here's how. Charice, appearing is your final board. These 6 blank spaces need to be filled with subject categories ranging through the internet, ancient world, children's TV, definitions, 3D films, and a good few in between. Because the usual suspects stole the round from you, they choose the 2 categories, hoping to make the final that much harder for you to win. Usual suspects, which 2 would you like Charice to play in the final?
Ooh, well, she knew Avatar, so I will perhaps steer clear from 3D films.
And kids' TV.
And
How about Ancient World for the first one?
So, Ancient World?
Yeah.
Thank you. Ancient World goes across. One more.
Or Thomas Hardy.
Oh, Thomas Hardy.
Yeah.
OK.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thomas Hardy goes across too. Well done, usual suspects. You've won the first round. Time to switch you off, and we'll see you in round 2. And away they go. Looking very pleased with themselves there. Charice, the usual suspects have gone.
Yep.
And now they can't hear you. So looking at the possibles there, what would be disastrous for you if they chose it?
Motorways, you should see the way I drive.
Good ones you really fancy?
Children's TV all day long, islands, internet.
That was only the first round. OK, it's gone, but there's still 2 more rounds to find perfection, and that's what you want to do to choose your own categories.
Definitely.
Ready to carry on?
Let's go.
Let's play round 2. Your 45 seconds starts now. Moll Flanders is a book by Robert Louis Stevenson.
True.
True. Cricketer Phil Tufnell was nicknamed the Sloth.
Oh, I don't know. I'm going to say true.
True. Tom Hollander plays the lead in the sitcom Rev.
False.
False. And finally, Karen Carpenter played drums for the Carpenters.
False.
False. Loads of time to spare. You're not hanging around for overthinking things. Happy with that?
Yeah, well, if I'm unsure of something, if I overthink it, it's just going to tie me up in knots, so...
Before we reveal how well you've done, it's time for us to bring back the usual suspects. So, usual suspects, these were the 4 statements, and next to them are Charisse's answers. Kay?
I don't think she's done too brilliantly, unfortunately. And I know for a fact Karen Carpenter did play drums for the Carpenters, as unlikely as that seems.
Marianne, what do you think?
Well, I know nothing about cricketer Phil Tufnell, but I'm afraid the other 3 are wrong.
Right. The moment of truth. Are they correct? You need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to have won the round. Let's find out how many are correct.
None.
It's not moving. It's not moving, and that means not only have you not achieved perfection, you're in trouble, really, because if you'd have got just 1 statement correct, the usual suspects would now have to find the missing answer to win the round. However, usual suspects, there's no point in asking you to change the answers because we know all 4 are wrong. So you automatically win the round. Congratulations. Yes, let's fill in the usual suspects' answers, which are the exact opposite of Charisse's, and we'll go through them one by one just to clear up any detail. Moll Flanders is a book by Robert Louis Stevenson. True or false? We now know that it is, of course, false. Daniel Defoe actually wrote Moll Flanders. Cricketer Phil Tufnell was nicknamed the Sloth. Oh, no, he wasn't. He was nicknamed the Cat.
Okay.
Tom Hollander plays the lead in the sitcom Rev. Do you know what? That's true. And Karen Carpenter played drums for the Carpenters. That's absolutely true as well. In fact, she quite often referred to herself as a drummer who also sang. So, a bit of a disaster for you that time round.
Yeah,
and usual suspects, you now have the opportunity to make Charisse's chances of winning the prize fund of £7,000 much harder. Let's see the final board. 2 on there so far, both chosen by the usual suspects. And because you won the round, you've earned the right to choose the next 2 subject categories to add to the board. What do you think is going to trip her up in the final?
I am thinking US politics, but I'm just thinking that she might fly to the US quite a lot. So will she pick things
What
up
about
on
prisons?
breaks or
I shouldn't think she'll...
No, prisons I think probably a good one.
Yeah.
OK, let's put across
Yeah.
prisons.
Prisons goes across.
And US politics, I think, because it could be something from, 10, 20 years ago.
It could be.
So, US politics, please.
US politics goes across as well. Thank you very much. Congratulations, usual suspects. It's time to switch you off, and we'll see you in round 3. All right, let's have a talk about the 2 they put in prisons.
Never been. So,
Thanks for clearing that up for us. US politics.
again, I watch Question Time, so...
Yeah, see, worldly wise, bit of knowledge. Who knows?
Who knows?
Listen, you got 2. You then got none. It'd be nice to round it off with a complete clean sweep in the other direction, wouldn't it? Yeah?
It'd be nice to get
Hey,
one
listen,
right.
Let's play round 3. Your 45 seconds starts now. The jury system in the UK began in the 20th century.
True.
True. Jamie Lee Curtis has patented a type of nappy.
False.
False. Madness have had over 20 UK top 40 singles.
True.
True. And finally, the peace movement CND was formed in the 1970s.
True.
True. Again, with plenty of time to spare, you've answered all 4 statements. Have you achieved perfection?
I'd like to say yes. True. I'm going with true.
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 All right, well, look, before we reveal how well you've done, time to have a chat with the usual suspects. So, usual suspects, these are the 4 statements, and next to them are Charisse's answers. Kay. Perfection?
I'm pretty sure that you maybe got A wrong. I think the jury system's been around quite a long time.
Guy?
The CND, I think it might have started in the 60s, maybe. As for Jamie Lee Curtis and nappies, I'm not sure. It just sounds like too silly to make up, so I might even change that to true.
OK, the moment of truth, you need to have answered all 4 statements perfectly to be able to choose those last 2 categories. Let's find out how many you got correct. Just the 1 of the 4. A marked improvement on the last one.
Of course, yeah.
But nonetheless, not perfection. And because it's not perfection, you've now let the usual suspects into the game again. Usual suspects, can you steal this round? You need to change 3 of them. Which 3?
Or D, definitely, because it's the 50s it started.
Is it the 50s?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I think we'll change A and D, because we're both sure that those should
We're both
change.
sure,
Yeah?
Yes, we'll change A from true to false.
Thank you.
We'll change D from true to false.
Yep, and I need one more from you.
Okay.
I sort of think the Madness one might be right. They've had quite a lot of singles, whether they've all been top 40, I don't know.
I'm more inclined to change C for Madness. I think 20's an awful lot.
And as nominal captain, because you've been there the longest, Guy, it means you get to make the decision.
I'm going to change B from false to true.
B, it changes from false to true, leaving C as Charisse answered. Usual suspects, let's find out what the correct answers are. The jury system in the UK began in the 20th century. True or false? False. It has been around hundreds of years. 12th century it was introduced. Jamie Lee Curtis has patented a type of nappy. Is it possible that it could be true or is it false? Yes, it is. Yes. It's true. She did, as unlikely as it seems. Madness have had over 20 UK top 40 singles. Is that true or false? It is true. They've had over 30. The peace movement, CND, was formed in the 1970s. True or false? You know where this is going. False. When did you think, Marianne?
The 1950s, I think.
58, in actual fact. Yeah, 58. So, congratulations, usual suspects. You have achieved perfection. Usual suspects, you now have the opportunity to make Charisse's chances of winning the prize fund pretty much as hard as it can get, really. Let's see the final board. 4 subject categories already in the final, all chosen by you, usual suspects, and because you won the round, you've earned the right to choose the last 2 subject categories as well. Which 2 do you want?
Inexplicably, we all just looked at each other and went, motorways, definitions. So does that work for you guys?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Motorways is going across then, is it?
Yeah.
Thank you. And the final one?
Definitions.
Thank you very much. We now know our 6 final categories. They are Ancient World, Thomas Hardy, Prisons, US Politics, Motorways and Definitions. OK, guys, time to switch you off for the final time. And away they go. To be honest, this is the one that counts because you're playing for £7,000. It's time to play the final. Charisse, this is the all-important final. If you could achieve perfection, you could be leaving with a prize fund of £7,000. If you fail, you'll be leaving with nothing, which is great news for the usual suspects. And one of them could be playing for a rollover of £8,000 on the next game. You ready?
Yes, let's go.
Let's play the final round. Charisse, here are your final 6 categories. You must answer all 6 statements correctly if you want to win the £7,000. Think carefully. There's no time limit. But once you've given an answer, your first answer will be locked in.
OK.
Ready? Let's reveal your first statement. Please tell me whether you believe it to be true or false. Ancient world. The city of Carthage was in North Africa.
Wow. I've heard of Carthage. Was it in North Africa? I want to say true.
True. Thomas Hardy. In Jude the Obscure, Jude's surname is Henchard.
I'm going to say true because it's plausible and I don't know, so true.
True. Prisons. Strangeways was a prison in Birmingham.
Birmingham, Strangeways. I don't think it was a London-based prison. I'm thinking false. False is what's coming to me, so I'm going to say false.
False. US politics. US presidential elections take place on a Friday.
Ooh. I'm going to say true. I'm going to say true.
True.
Yeah.
Motorways. The M1 runs from London to Newcastle.
Oh, wow. Now I know it starts in... I know it's in London. Does it go to Newcastle? No, I don't know. I'm going to say false.
False. And finally, definitions. The word avuncular means like an uncle.
False.
False.
Yep, false.
Thank you, Charisse. Those answers are now locked in. Remember, if there is one single mistake, you leave with nothing.
Yep.
Right, let's switch on the usual suspects. Usual suspects, you can now see the final 6 statements, and next to them are Charisse's answers. Now, Charisse, your answers are locked in and you can't change them by yourself, but if you think you've made a mistake, you can unlock them with the help of the usual suspects. This will, however, come at a cost. Remember, all of you, you can't refer to any of the statements specifically. Charisse, who would you like to hear from first?
I think I'll go with Kay.
I can say with some conviction that there's 2 that I'm pretty sure you've got right, but also there's 1 that I'm pretty sure you've got wrong. I wouldn't gamble on me only knowing for sure half the answers, I'm afraid.
So not for any amount of money are you prepared to come down?
Not for any amount of money.
How about Guy?
I think 2 of them are almost definitely wrong, but the remainder, or at least 3 of the others, I'm not that sure on either way. Also, I just like it in here so much.
I know you do, Guy. Trying to find you that chair
It's like a
is
second home for me. So no amount of money, I'm afraid, can tempt me out this afternoon.
OK,
so.
Guy's taking himself out of the equation.
Marianne?
I think you've got 50-50 there, but of the ones you've got wrong, I could only give you 1 answer for definite. So I think I'll have to rule myself out because I really can't help you.
Well, there's quite a bit of money as a pot here. We're talking about...
We're talking £7,000. I'm happy to do 50-50.
So, for £3,500, will anybody come down?
I'm afraid not.
No, I'm afraid not.
Sorry, Charisse, I'm really sorry.
I tread the boards alone by the looks of things.
It looks like it. Negotiations are over. None of the usual suspects are willing to come down and help you. So, Charisse, you are on your own. £7,000 at stake, 6 answers away. Let's find out if you've achieved perfection.
OK.
Right, starting at the top. The city of Carthage was in North Africa. Is that true or false? We'd like that to turn green for you to get you underway. It is true. Well done. You started well. That's the important thing.
Yep.
Let's press on and find out.
OK.
In Jude the Obscure, Jude's surname is Henchard. For you, Jude was so obscure, we'd never heard of him.
Exactly.
But nonetheless, you took a plunge and said true. So, is his surname Henchard? Is it true or false? Yeah, I'm afraid it's false. And with that, we know that you have not achieved perfection and therefore won't be going home with the cash. His surname was Fawley.
OK. Still don't know who... That doesn't do anything for me.
Have you achieved perfection at home? We'll carry on through and find out for you. Strangeways was a prison in Birmingham. True or false? Yeah, you're right, it was false. It was Manchester, in actual fact, Strangeways. US presidential elections take place on a Friday. You went for the possibility that it was true. We'd like this to turn green for you. Is it true or false? False. By law, they take place on a Tuesday in November. Right, the M1 runs from London to Newcastle. You said, please don't pick your roads, please don't pick roads. They pick roads. In the end, you plump for false. Is it true or false? It is false.
Yeah.
London to Leeds. So we come to the last one. The word avuncular means like an uncle. You decided it was false. Is it true or false? It's true. But look, you know, you had a rotten set of questions. You knew it was going to be rotten all the way through.
50-50.
50-50 chances. And you know what? That's how it worked out. 3 right, 3 wrong. So, usual suspects, that's great news for you. The prize fund rolls over to the next game, where one of you could be playing for a total of £8,000.
Good times.
That's big cash, isn't it?
Lovely.
Yeah. Charisse, I'm afraid you failed to achieve perfection, which means that you go home with nothing. But listen, you had a good time?
Yes, I have. I had a really, really good time.
I can see you enjoy being a usual suspect as well.
Yeah, I was.
Thank you very much. Everybody, Charisse.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, darling. That's all we have time for. Please join us next time when our usual suspects have the chance to play again, this time for £8,000. But remember, on this show, we'll only pay for perfection. Goodbye.
Charlie Brooker looks at the life cycle of television at 10 tonight in the second of his new series, How TV Ruined Your Life. Next, the experts head off to Norfolk on today's Antiques Road Trip.
like it. It's the Albanian Rozzers. I can hear it. I don't know where it is. I think he could be a massive idiot.
All new Top Gear continues Sunday at 8 on BBC Two, and catch up on the series so far on BBC iPlayer.